Apologies, gentlemen. I was in a discussion of who has the best feat in Genshin Impact at my Discord server.
Barack, what the fuck? I mean, come on, it's obviously Nahida.
Sus.
The next classes we will be discussing are the fighters.
Wait, both of them? How come the Slayers get their own video?
You tell me.
So who the fuck are they again?
They're fighters.
The fighters from Dungeon Fighter Online?
You'd think they're the main characters of the game, but alas, their fate could not be any more ironic. Even I don't know much about their backstory other than they're country bumpkins from Suju. But I do know that it was a massive L move on Neopal's part when they nerfed her thunder thighs. We'll start with female striker because she came first.
Huh. You wish?
Female striker is a fighter who pursues her martial arts to the utmost.
Wait, this is the Chun-Li looking woman who kept telling me to shut up.
Donald, this is what happens when you keep making crude sexual comments.
But I didn't even say anything. She kept on telling me to shh.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. F striker is C tier. You can only go so far with just punching and kicking.
You just put Spectre in D tier because she has no magic. As far as I can tell, this bitch isn't shooting any key blasts from her hands either. Do I smell bias, Joe?
You're right about her having no magic. But look at her 3A. I'd say being able to kick a giant rock makes her qualify for C.
Damn, some stanky feet she's got there. But where do you suppose she belongs in C?
At the top above the Slayers?
But she's got no weapons. Can she catch Demon Slayer's big old sword with her hands?
She can probably just dodge it and rush in.
Nah, put her behind Ghost Blade. He and his buddy are ghosts, right? How can she catch their swords if she can't even fucking see them? Or touch them?
That's a base take. The ability to nullify physical attacks is a huge advantage against fighters.
Wait, what about the ones before Ghostblade then? Gagabond? Berserker? How are they gonna touch him?
Well, Vagabond can shoot chi blasts. And I'm sure Mr. Red Dog's blood contained enough magical properties to be able to affect Ghostblade since he was able to evict Kazan from the premises.
Kimetsu no Yaiba also has a demonic sword, so that also works on him.
Sounds like you two made all that shit up. Fine, how about Blade Master and Blind Fuck?
Remember, Blade Master is also Weapon Master, which means he can use multiple weapons, which includes lightsabers.
He's also licensed?
Yes.
I need to get myself one of those.
You can't cut Force Ghosts with lightsabers.
Well, Don, this is DFO, so they might be able to. As for Asura, he shoots lightning and shit.
How does lightning do anything to a ghost?
So you know exorcists and the one skill they all use?
And in case our right fellow Donald still isn't convinced, Soulbender and Miss Avatar control the domain of death. I don't think I need to explain that one to you.
And Swordmaster could just destroy the dimension and GB would cease to exist along with everything else. Man, I don't know what Breaking Bad substance they were abusing when they designed her.
So you're telling me Ghostblade gatekeeps all physical attackers below him?
Seems like it.
Seems like bullshit.
Don, you're making a power level tier list for a fantasy Korean MMO. Moving on to the next character, we have the counterpart male striker.
So all Bruce Lee does here is kick and punch, right? D tier.
Wrong. He's capable of harnessing the Suju Inferno, which basically brings out his inner energy beyond its limit. That's basically key and shit, like that homeless woman. Put him with her.
Below her, probably.
Man, this is why I don't keep up with the lore.
Okay, now we have female Nen Master, practitioner of the Nen arts.
Another Chun-Li?
Yo, she's got to be strong as shit. Put her in S tier.
And your reasoning?
Look, she basically does a night guy in her 3A. And you know which guy used night guy on? The guy that nearly brought the end of the shinobi. Madara fucking Uchiha. Guy fought to a standstill with him, and Madara declared him to be the strongest taijutsu user ever. Then he became a sad cripple man. Fuck Naruto, he should have went in his moment of glory.
Let the senile geezer ramble and put her in upper C tier.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. While impressive looking, her Nen dragons don't seem to be more destructive than the typical anime energy blast. Now, male Nen Master, the man with the sweet Nen tattoos obtained at cost of his lifespan. Then he just negates this downside by 3A because he became Buddha or something.
You know, I forgot to point this out, but he and Blade Master have some really kissable lips.
Huh?
I ain't gay, though.
Male Nen should be in S tier because his best skill is Chidori.
That may be true in the game. It does have some crazy numbers. But remember, Joe, this isn't about gameplay. Anyway, male Nen blows up another part of Ekon in his 3A, so I think it's safe to put him next to his Indian brother Asura.
Man, they really hate that place.
Female Brawler next. She uses poison and other deadly toxins.
Oh, that reminds me, I'm running low on my ketamine. Anyone here has an alchemist?
Wait, who the hell is this lesbo? That's not Brawler.
Yes, it is Donald.
What the fuck? This? They're the same person?
Yes,
I refuse to believe this. Look at how they massacred my girl. She went from a smoking hot babe to someone who sits at home all day arguing on Twitter. Talk about being toxic.
Huh. Sounds familiar.
I prefer this new design myself. She looked like some cosplayer anime girl in her 2A. Nothing like the ruthless brawler seen in her 1A. The 3A artwork went back to her roots and restored the menacing queen of streets she's meant to be.
So D tier. All she does is cook meth and stick syringes in people. Put her above the booberino.
Joe, what the fuck are you talking about? Spectre may be a regular sword user, but she's a damn good one at that. Just lop this men-hating feminist's head off and call it a day.
Did you forget the part where she's a brawler, you orangutan in a suit? You think she's going to fight fair and let Boober Slayer get close? Look at this passage from her awakening lore.
Wait, why is she just drinking water? Don't tell me she can't drink yet. Those are some serious knockers she's packing for someone under 21.
That's not the fucking point. If she's fighting against female brawler, you know that drink is going to be roofied.
Joe makes a convincing point. In a regular 1v1, Spectre may stand a chance, but there's no way F-Brawl is going to let that happen. Putting her at the top of D tier.
Goddamn bourgeoisie thinking she's better than the 1%.
Next up, we have Male Brawler. While not a poison specialist, he's every bit as ruthless as his female counterpart, if not more. He's probably a gang boss in Harlem or something.
I'd better tighten the security at my tower then.
The DFO Harlem, you orange fuck.
So Gooseneck here just throws shit at people? You can't get any lower in D tier with this?
He also turns into Dr. Octopus in his 3A.
That's another big-ass rock. I guess we're putting him with female striker.
F-Strike could definitely beat Male Brawler in a fair fight.
Oh, here we go again. So what, he's above her because he's gonna shit in her lunchbox?
That might have worked against Spectre, but you have to understand fighters are essentially professional hobos. A little poison or bacteria is hardly going to do anything to F-Strike's immune system. Since M-Brawl's not a specialized poison user, it's likely he doesn't have anything strong enough to seriously threaten her.
That's some socialist logic. I guess only an illegal immigrant like you could come up with that.
Ad hominem, classic Donald.
We're not at the ads yet, what?
Anyway, even with the big clump of debris he drops in his 3A, he still has to take the time to form it and set the explosives in them. I'd say he's just a glorified D-tier character.
Put Kazuma Kiryu in D then, and hurry up with the next one. I want to get to Mage.
What's up with you and Mage?
They're kawaii.
I am not looking forward to that video.
Next up is our WWE champion female grappler.
All she does is just wrestling, and not even real wrestling at that. Just like WWE. D tier.
I want to get this over with, so I will ignore that WWE remark. Anyway, I don't think she fights dirty, so she's going to lose against the Boober Slayer.
That's a good possibility. Now, last but not least, male grappler.
And I'm just going to say the same thing. C tier.
You're just mauling because of that one time a M-Grap made you crash during Anton. I would know because I was there when that happened. He made a huge stink about it on the Echoes.
Yeah, and? Your argument about them being a buggy-ass piece of shit doesn't do their tier placement any favors.
Okay, let's see if this will jog your memory.
Yeah, it reminded me of the million Anton clears I sold as the #1 immortal raid leader, Donald of the Trumpster. He does his thing just as Anton erupts its volcano. It's all staged. You can't tell me they didn't reuse the assets from Anton for his 3A.
Wrong. The Devourer of Energies is already dead by the time he reaches 3A. They even had a whole new area dedicated to its corpse. Don't tell me you forgot about Luke.
I'm trying to.
He recorded the eruption when Anton was alive and published his 3A afterward. I've actually been to Tropica, so I know what I'm talking about. Real volcanoes don't look like that. Bottom of C tier? Actually, maybe in D with the woman grappler.
So you admit you're D tier yourself.
Barack, he's denying it because volcanoes emit greenhouse gas, which contributes to global warming.
Shut the hell up, you geriatric socialist boomer.
Yeah, why don't you come over here and say that to my face, tough guy? Bonk.
The next time we party, I'm going to AFK at each door when the Seder 3A is up.
Let's just ignore Donald of the Trumpster and consider where we should put male grappler. Assuming the slam in his 3A is powerful enough to stir the volcano, McGrapp may be a bigger guy than we initially thought.
But how is he going to beat Ghostblade's position in C tier?
Let's just say he uses the same strength that caused the eruption and directs it to the Earth. He could probably cause some serious earthquakes. If he concentrates that power, he might be able to dig a deep hole into the planet, which, should the stars align, could lead to the underworld, or even hell. And you know who governs ghosts in hell?
That's the same level of mental gymnastics people do to argue in my tweets.
You give yourself too much credit, Donald. Your tweets don't need that much brain power to disprove.
Male Grappler is a walking powerhouse with all that strength in him. The force in his slam is so powerful it creates enough pressure in the magma chamber to cause a violent and explosive eruption. He's no God mode OP like Swordmaster, but I think we can agree Male Grappler is impressive in his own humble way.
If this guy so much as walks into Yellowstone, the whole planet is going to be covered in ashes for decades. I don't think I want to deal with that during my term.
Let's put him in low A tier since he's potentially able to cause damage on a global scale.
This guy clears Anton once and suddenly he's hot shit. I win DPL and sold hundreds of cells just to have people call me a whale. Sad.
That's because they're correct. You pay to win gold buying head ass.
And now comes the part where I thank today's sponsor, MMO.
Hey, Donald, I looked up the site you shilled last time. Nothing happened when I put in the code. Are you sure you're actually sponsored?
No fucking way, you must have put it in wrong. Don't try to discredit me in front of the viewers.
No, I'm being serious. I saw this guy advertising your site in-game and I got curious, so I checked it out.
What was the guy saying?
It was some weird gibberish, actually. There were lots of V's, a bunch of RNs, and something about corn.
What the fuck are you on about? Obama, your VP's getting his onset of dementia again.
Here, I took a screen cap. Let me show you.
Biden, that's MMOSE. Get the fuck out of here.
But the exchange rate seems decent.
Decent? They're selling 20 million gold for $7. 7. MMOOK is doing the same, but for the reasonable price of $5. Get that shit out of here.
Maybe they're charging it for 7 to compensate for the inflation which you perpetrated during your term.
Excuse me? Who's the president now again? Oh yeah, it's definitely not me. And it's also definitely not me who's doing such a fantastic job of handling the inflation. The gas price at Tropica was $6 a gallon.
Gentlemen, this is not the right place for an economical debate. Besides Donald, buying regular gas once in a while wouldn't hurt you, especially over at Tropica.
Of course you'd know about what's not right for the economy, Mr. 2008 financial crisis.
All right, keep that up and you would soon start regretting your words.
What the?
This pressure.
He's not capping for real.
Are we done now, gentlemen? If so, let's finish this video so I can finally rejoin the greatest debate of humankind on my Discord server. We had female striker at C, male striker at C, female Nen Master at C, male Nen Master at B, female brawler at D, male brawler at D, female grappler at D, and finally male grappler at A. That's quite an underwhelming list for the two classes that were named after the game, or was it the other way around?
I'm just glad there's someone below my main.
Let me in your server, Barack. I'm about to drop some hard evidence on why the Dendro Archon is at the top of S tier.
I swear, man, this Archon meta is getting out of hand. Bring back 95 cap.